This video is brought to you by Big 3 Hips, Hamstrings, and Back. Learn to relieve pain in the 3 tightest areas of your body. www.yogatraveler.online/Big3.
Hello, and welcome to our yoga practice today, celebrating our individual uniqueness. Yoga is a practice of moving your body with intention. Whatever we do in our practice today, just honor your personal approach to the poses. Do this practice remembering that you are a unique being with a unique experience and expression of your own. Let's see how we can feel this uniqueness as we move. So sit here and settle into your breath. Start to breathe in and out through the nose. Slow and steady breath to ease into the rhythm of our yoga practice and to feel the body starting to energize even as it remains calm and relaxed. Let's take a breath together. You can open your eyes if you wish. Bring your arms by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, release. Bring them down by your sides. Spread your legs out a little bit more. So we're going to take a wide Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. See, my heels are not pulled in, they're widened out. We're just going to allow our body to hang over the top. Just hang over, feel kind of floppy. Floppy through your head and neck and shoulders, and just wide open through the hips and the sacrum. The sacrum is the connection between the low back and the hips. Often is where we are tight when we say that we have low back pain. So this pose can gently release that strain there. Good. Now bring yourself back up and take your legs back together into a crisscross position. And let's twist. Bring your arms by your sides again. Inhale, lengthen through your torso. Exhale, release the hands to the right. So we're gazing over that right shoulder. Send your gaze back and feel that spiral nice and deep into the spine. Inhale, come back to the middle. Reach those arms up. Exhale, release, hands down by the side. Press into that left leg, or gazing over the left shoulder. Feel that spiral and just a gentle releasing of the lower back again. We come back to the middle, ready to start our full body warming with Surya Namaskara A. So stand with me. I'll come profile so you can see what's going on. You continue to face the camera, of course. We'll take a traditional Surya Namaskara A, moving with our breath. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Take your hands down as far as you can go. You don't have to touch the floor with your hands. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, take your hands down to the mat, step or hop yourself back to plank and chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, pull back to Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Here we'll pause and get a little deeper into the hips. So take your right leg, reach it up and back behind you. Inhale. Exhale, bring it in between your hands and drop your left knee down to the floor. You can keep your hands on the ground. It's a little easier to raise them up to your knee, or you can feel your full body strength if you reach your arms overhead, draw those shoulders down, broaden out your chest and your throat. Feel that nice reaching, expanding of the heart center, but definitely there's some length through the left hip flexor and some strengthening into that right hip. Deep breath, inhale, exhale, inhale, lift up and take your hands to your hips. So I'm easing back onto my left leg. Tilt your pelvis under, and as we line our hip and our knee, we should feel a nice stretch through the left quadricep and left hip flexor. It's subtle, but it's there. It feels really great. Good. Now keep going back. Take your hands to the floor or perhaps onto 2 blocks. I'll demonstrate that. So we've got our leg out here. We're trying to bring it straight. So you might place your hands on some blocks as you fold into the leg. This is just a half Hanumanasana pose, or monkey pose. If you are okay touching the floor, you can take it deeper. We're not going all the way into the monkey pose or the split, just because we're not fully warm yet. We're just easing into our calf and our hamstring and that heel back there. Good. Inhale, come back to the center. Let's pull this right leg back and return to downward facing dog. We can do all of this on the left side. Inhale, lift the left leg up and back behind you, 3-legged down dog right here. Stretching out that hip, internal rotators. Exhale, bring it through in between your hands. Drop your right knee down and either keep your hands on the ground, on your knee, or raise them up overhead. Whatever you did last time is great. Pressing down, opening up, pulling those shoulders back so you really feel that stretch, that lengthening through the upper body. Very nice. Inhale. Exhale, lift up onto that right knee. So all of the weight is coming onto that right knee. Pelvis tilt under just a little bit. So we feel this lengthening, subtle lengthening, quadricep and hip flexor on the right leg. Then keep going, straightening out the left knee and folding onto the blocks, hands on the floor, whatever you did last time. Nice flex so we can get into the calf. So we fold into our leg. Good. Inhale, come back forward. Exhale, replace that knee down. Let's continue to work on our spine and the hips and the abdominals with Vidalasana, cat and cow. Drop your belly down. Inhale, send your gaze up to the sky. Shoulders roll back, chest and heart and throat open. Exhale, round through the spine. Pull and lift that mid-back, tucking your chin, your hips. Inhale, arch, belly drops down. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Come back to neutral. Lift the right leg up and back so it's in line with your hip, toes pointed toward the floor. This may be as far as you want to go, your step 1. Step 2 would be to extend the left arm. This involves our abdominals a little bit deeper. Step 3, if you want to get into your back and your hips, reach back, grab onto your foot, Press the foot into the hand. Good. Lifting, stretching. One more breath wherever you are. Inhale. Exhale, pull the knee into your chest, rounding the back, and bring that right foot forward again in between our hands. This time we're going to move into a low lunge. So lift up onto your left toe and straighten out that knee. I've got long arms and a short torso, so it's easy for me to touch the floor. But if it's challenging for you, place your hands on blocks. This right hip is engaged. Length through the hip flexor on the left side, inner thigh and groin. Good. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Release those blocks down. Let's step this right foot back into a plank. Take a little half vinyasa here. Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees. Come to all fours. Good. Then we'll do the left side. Extend the left leg up and back behind you. Remember, this is step one. Maybe you're going to stay right here. Maybe you'll extend your right arm. Feel a little bit more of the abdominals, a little bit more of that reach through the arms and shoulders. Maybe you'll move to step three. Grab onto that toe, press into the toe, and feel your back. Your back and your left quadricep and hip flexor. Remember, there's only you. You're going to move the way you move uniquely to you. So just keep that channel of energy open. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, release your hand. If you're holding it, let's all of us round our left knee into our center and then step that left foot forward. Extend the right leg back, lifting up onto your toe, widening out that lunge. Remember, you may help yourself by placing your hands on your blocks. Long length, lots of good healing breath. Inhale. Exhale, come off your blocks if you're there. Let's step this left foot back into a plank. Half vinyasa here. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, throat and chest opens. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, step or hop up to your hands. Exhale, fold into your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reach up to the sky. Exhale, Samastiti. Let's take Surya Namaskara again. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step or hop yourself back. Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Shoulders rolled back, hips lifted. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop your feet around your hands. I'm going to turn to face the camera. We're moving to Malasana. A couple of options for this pose. We can press our elbows into our legs here, and it's a little bit deep, a little bit wider, a little less intense. Or we can sit those hips down and take the hands to heart center and press into your knees. We're much deeper into this Malasana here. I can get my heels to the ground if I widen out my feet. You might be able to find that as well. If your heels are lifted, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just feel this sitting down into the hips. Opening up the inner thigh and groin again. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's bring our hands down. Gentle little lift up and turn your feet back to parallel. So we move into Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, Samastiti. Nicely done. Good. Step your feet so that they are wide on your mat, and turn your toes inward. We're going to keep working on the outer edges of the hips while lengthening out through the spine. This is Pratarisa Padottanasana A. Look up, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Take your hands down to the floor and onto the ground. If it's too far down, hands on a block works really well. You decide what you can do. Go ahead and shift your weight forward just a little bit in this forward bend so that you can feel your hamstrings. Try to keep your knees as lengthened as you can. Relax your head and your neck. And just find a sense of pride in this pose and in your body. Express it in a way that no one has ever expressed it before. No one is going to move like you. You move uniquely to you. This pose is all you. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, press up, look up. Exhale, bring your hands to your waist. Inhale, lift up the rest of the way. Let's try it one more time. Change our upper body a little bit. Hands come behind you and clasp together. Now, if you're really tight, you can grab a yoga strap. Take it behind your back so that you're able to widen out your grip. Then when we pull our hands away, it's not quite as intense for the upper back. So you decide, clasping those hands or using a strap. Both options are great. Either way, press into the strap or the hands. Look up. Broaden the chest, broaden the throat, the shoulders, and the heart center. And then exhale, pull your hands away from your back as you go down. Relax your neck down there. Now our neck is totally free of that space because we are stretching the upper body, the upper shoulders, triceps. All of that gets lengthened here. Shift your weight toward your toes. Make sure that you can feel your hamstrings. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's come all the way up. Exhale. Release your hands. Good. Turn your toes outward. So I need to bring my heels in just a little bit. Keep your tailbone pointed straight under as you bend it down into goddess pose. Drawing open those knees and feeling the strength very deep inside. Internal rotators. Good. And again, just embrace the uniqueness of your body. You're doing something that only you can do. Your own way. I feel that strength. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Angle your right foot toward the front. Whatever you think is front, whatever's front to you, right foot comes front, and then bend into that right knee. We're moving to Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana B. Before we go any deeper, let's look down. Make sure the heel is aligned with the arch of your foot. Expand those arms. Send your gaze over your right hand. Good. Feels really great. Now we're putting a little pressure on the right leg, but we're stretching through that left inner thigh and groin. We can feel the strength of the hamstring underneath. Good. Inhale, straighten the right leg. This is going to give some stretch to that hamstring there. Exhale, reach your right hand down as the left arm comes up. Now, ways to modify this. This is Trikonasana. You can take your block on the big toe side of your foot. Place that hand on the block. You can also take your left hand to your hip if it's just a little too much straining for the shoulder. Send your gaze up if it's okay on your neck. But if it feels tight, feel free to look down. Enjoy this stretch. Now, as we move into a deeper, more challenging pose, a balancing pose, if you've got your hand on a block, you're already halfway there. You're prepared. So let's look down and bend the right knee. Take this right hand forward. You can continue to use your block, or if you don't need your block, your hand is just on the floor. And lift up that left leg. We're in half moon. Our right hand should be directly below our shoulders, so we've got enough room for our torso coming forward. This is a challenging pose. The hips are open, the shoulders are open, the heart is open. You can keep your gaze down to the floor, or if you feel comfortable enough, lift your gaze up. Try to angle upward toward the sky. Nice. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, bend the right leg, put your left foot down, lift up, and let's rotate our body to the left side. So now put your left foot front, whatever your front is, left foot is there. And let's deepen into the pose, feeling that stimulus into the left hip, and now that stretch through the inner thigh and groin on the right side. Our arms should be feeling strong right now, or maybe starting to get a little weak holding this pose. Just remember, you're going to be gaining strength. Every time you do something, you gain strength, right? That's our silver lining. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten up through that left knee. Exhale, move to Trikonasana. Left hand reaches down, right arm reaches up. Same variations are there. You can place your hand on a block on the big toe side of your foot. You can place your hand on your hip. Both options are great. Look down at the ground or look up. Whatever works best for your body. And just feel this beautiful connection. We're reaching down for the root, for the energy from the ground, but we're lifting up out of that, all that energy reaching upward. Such a great balance. Now send your gaze to the floor, bend your knee, take your hand forward, perhaps onto a block, and lift off into the half moon. Good. Feel again, strengthening from the floor, but lifting up out of it. That helps us to hopefully hold the balance, sustain the balance as we do. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, bend the left leg. Let's lift up just for balance, just to feel the ground below us. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale, windmill your hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back. So we're in plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Heels go down as we press back. Feels so nice to lengthen out the neck here. Good. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower down, all the way down onto your stomach. Let's roll our shoulders back, roll our elbows by our side, and take Cobra Pose a few times, 3 times. Inhale, lift just the upper back. Exhale, lower it back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Press up onto your knees. Let's take a variation of child's pose. We're going to keep our hips lifted and round our back as we pull back. So our hands are planted. We're rounding the curve of our spine, almost like a puppy dog here. Just a little bit more rounded to release that low back. Take a breath. Inhale. And finally, exhale. Sit back. Sit all the way back. Drop the forehead down. Relax your arms. Ease into the hip opening position here. Inhale, come back up. Lift up onto your knees. Let's continue that lower back strengthening with Ustrasana. So take your feet a little bit wider, just right under your knees, just right underneath your hips. And let's start by placing our fists on our back. Pull your shoulders back. Send your gaze upward and let yourself lean by pressing your fists into the hips to tilt that pelvis forward. This is kind of a preparatory Ustrasana pose, just to help you determine if you might be able to go deeper. We can try in just a moment. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to neutral. Good. Let's tilt our head down just a little, just because the blood flow starts running through the head and we want to switch that direction. Now come up onto your toes. You'll see why in a moment. We'll take our fists again to our back and start that initial lean. Now if you want to, you can place your hands down onto your heels so it's a little bit deeper. And say you think you can go even deeper still, feel free just to release those hands. And again, let the head fall back. Throat opens, so much length through the sternum. Makes it a little hard for me to talk. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Let's come up out of it. Great job. Take your hands down to the floor. Reverse that position, reverse that arch. Move into downward dog. This time we're pulling in through the middle so that we're lengthening out that low back. Feels really nice to lengthen that rest of the spine there. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, child's pose one more time. Knees drop open. Sit yourself back to child's pose. And just think for a moment. In a world of conformity, how do you keep your unique channel open? It starts here, in these moments of community with yourself, asking yourself, what do I want? Who am I? How do I walk in the world? Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up into down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale. Bend your knees, look forward, step, hop, or walk through to lay on your back. So walk around, take a little hop through, lower yourself down. It's all good. However you get here is great. Feet on the floor, curve of the spine connected to the floor. Arms by your side. Start to lift up from the base of the spine, one vertebrae at a time, into Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. Inhale, lift it up. Take your hands underneath, clasp them together, press into the floor, wiggle to the edges of those shoulders. Lift up even higher. Feel how great this is along the entire spine. Plus, it's going to continue that work that we started in the quadriceps and hip flexors earlier in our practice today. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, come on down. Nicely done. Let's take it one more time. You can return to that pose, same as we were in. Or if you want to go deeper, feel free to place your hands back behind your shoulders, the elbows facing to the end of your mat, and then maybe lift up into wheel pose, Urdhva Dhanurasana. So if this is not comfortable in your practice, don't do it. Just return to that bridge pose. Clasp your hands underneath. Roll up through the spine, shimmy to the edges of the shoulders so you feel that broadening of your chest, of your throat. Both of them are great. Do the one that works for you. One more breath in either pose. Inhale. Exhale, start to come down. If you're in wheel, tuck your chin. Bring yourself down and pull your knees into your chest. Feels good to draw that energy inward after having so much strength upward. And then rock yourself up to sit. Extend your legs in front of you so we can lengthen out those back muscles with Paschimottanasana. This is a pose where you might utilize a strap as we're reaching for our feet. So sit tall, inhale. Exhale, reach forward. You might place your hands around those feet. Take a breath, inhale. Exhale, walk your way forward. If you can grab your toes, then you don't need your strap, but you might be pulling yourself forward along that strap, and that's great. Look up gently, and then fold yourself back into it. Good. It feels really nice to lengthen out those back muscles after we've done quite a few back bends. So it feels really nice to pull this length through our back. Really beautiful. Take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. I'm going to set that strap out of the way. Exhale. Let's work on our low back one more time with a deeper twist. Bring your right knee up. Your foot's right up against the leg. Extend your left arm. Inhale. Exhale, hook the elbow to the knee, or you can just hug your leg. Right hand to the floor. Sit tall. Send your gaze back. Feel this spiral, this rotation through your spine as you gaze back. Really beautiful. And just decompressing our spine after back bend feels good. Plus, good for the digestion too. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, release. Let's repeat on the other side. Inhale, bend that left knee. Extend your right arm. Exhale, hook it onto the knee or just hug. Left hand to the floor. Sit tall. Inhale. Exhale, gaze over that left shoulder. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, release To finish our practice, we'll come full circle with Baddha Konasana, but this time on the ground. So our knees will bend. Shift your hips toward those heels a little bit. Lower yourself down onto your stomach. This is a gentle hip opener. It's a sacrum, that low back releasing position. And just place your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your stomach. Close your eyes. Just tell yourself, keep the channel open. There is only one of you. Breathe deeply and keep that channel of uniqueness open. I'll leave you to rest here in Shavasana. If you would prefer to lengthen your legs and take a traditional Shavasana with the arms by the side and the legs lengthened, of course, do that. But if not, just enjoy this gentle hip opening, chest heart opening position and embrace that uniqueness of you while you rest. I'll wake you up with the sound of the bell when it's time to arise. Start to wake yourself up. Rotate through your wrists, your ankles. Point and flex your feet. Stretch your arms overhead to lengthen through your entire body. And roll over onto one side in fetal pose. Gently press up to a comfortable seated position. And bring your hands to heart center. We'll finish up our practice with this quote by Martha Graham. There is a vitality, a life force, an energy, a quickening that is translated through you into action. And because there is only one of you in all of time, this expression is unique. Keep the channel open. Thank you very much for your practice today. Namaste.